Hello and welcome back. My name is Lucifer. So last we left off, we were on chapter 2 of My Life, What Do I Want? I know we left it on a cliffhanger, and I will admit I do cliffhangers a little too much. But let's get into chapter 3 without any further ado. After Cat Noir had rushed to the hospital with Marinette in his arms, he ducked into an alley not far from the hospital to de-transform. Marinette's head injury was treated and her back, well, her spine was thrown out of alignment. She needed to have a back support for at least 2 weeks, and then see from there. In Mary's hospital room, she lay motionless. The room was white. The drapes for the windows were light blue, allowing the rays of light to filter in. Her bed was in the center of the room against the wall. An IV dripped beside the bed. The single chair which had been once placed against the wall now moved to her bedside. Adrien, despite the staff's wishes, had snuck in to see Marinette. Now sat asleep leaning on the bed, his hand inches away from her. Marinette's pigtails had been let out, her hairline free. Within a moment her eyes wearily fluttered open slightly. She could just make out the figure, someone sitting in the chair beside her. Her head still clouded and her limbs felt heavy. Mary opened her eyes completely. The faint colors were returning into her view, and she could see the blonde tips of Adrien's hair after she had turned her head to the left. Adrien lifted his head, seeing her awake after hours of waiting. His eyes widened in relief that she was okay. Marinette, his mind raced on what to say. You're awake. Mary tried to speak, but her throat was so dry she couldn't. Adrien pondered for a moment, knowing he should let her nurse know she was awake. I'll be right back, and I'll grab you something to drink, he said with a smile, and then left the room. With him gone, she was left alone in thought. Her body slowly felt lighter. Why would Adrien Agreste be in my hospital? I know I saved him from being hit by that acclimatized victim, and I blanked out. Marinette reached up and touched her right earring, yet was confused. Wait, why are my earrings important? Did someone special give them to me? Her head began to hurt once again. It was as if her own mind rejected the thought of knowing why her earrings were so special to her. A knock came to the door, and Adrien, accompanied by a nurse, entered the room. Mary tried to sit up, but her back brace prevented her. Adrien had passed her a glass of water which had a straw. While the nurse checked on the monitor, Mary was hooked up too. Marinette took a sip of water. Her head and throat instantly felt better. Thank you, Adrien. Don't mention it. He looked over at the nurse, then back at Mari. Why'd you push me out of the way, Marinette? I don't know. I guess it was a reflex. Wait, then why didn't you jump out of the way with me? If it was a reflex, then how couldn't you have moved out of the way with me? I guess my head was clouded. Adrien knew that this truly was his fault. If he hadn't kissed her as shot, then Mari wouldn't have been hurt. He closed his eyes tightly, wishing he could go back and change the outcome, but sadly he could not. Hey, Adrien, can you tell me what happened after I passed out? I can't remember a thing. Shit. I don't know what happened in the nurse's office. The whole school had been told to stay in the library when the Akuma was first spotted for their safety. The teen had been akumatized at the park and had a grudge against schools or someone inside. After Ladybug de-eviled him, she looked pale. I feared she would have collapsed. I hope she's okay. I ran to check on Mary as soon as Plague had eaten a stinky cheese. Mary had it worse than Ladybug. I brought you to the hospital. The second Cat Noir had fought the akumatized victim a little ways from the school, he answered, slowly opening his eyes. Thank you. I guess you saved my life. And Ladybug, along with Cat Noir, saved Paris. Those words stabbed Adrien's heart. The guilt raced throughout his body. The blonde-haired teen stared at his feet, waiting for her to say something. The room went silent, except for the monitor's humming. It was the nurse who broke the tension in the room. She had sweetly said Marinette seemed to be doing fine. She soon left the teens alone once again. Adrien, is there something on your mind? Yes, there is. He mumbled, not wanting to say it. I'm sorry, Marinette. You wouldn't have been hurt if I hadn't. Adrien looked lost in thought, almost revealing his secret. If he did tell her, should be in constant danger. He knew he couldn't bear the thought of putting her in any more peril. Mari? He asked, word clearly etched into his face. Marinette's eyes struggled to remain open. The fatigue had built up once again. Slowly her tiredness attacked her consciousness, and she surrendered to it. Falling into darkness, she felt Adrian's hands over her own hand. In her sleep, she smiled. 3 weeks later, Marinette had been discharged from the hospital, and now only had to wear her back brace at night, though she couldn't participate in gym for another week. So being Ladybug would be extremely harder for her. Luckily, no Kumas since Jet Ed. Mari sat in her room going over the notes Alia had taken for her. She leaned back, thinking of how her first day back at school would go, after being in the hospital for all that time. Mari hadn't been alone. Her family or friends were always stopping in, or she would have been asleep. Dee hadn't been able to talk to Marinette for a while. She began to think Mari had forgotten everything, being Ladybug, and really hoped the whole name-calling bug mouse wouldn't come up again. The little Kwame flew out from her hiding place. She hovered behind Marinette's head, pondering the best way to talk to her without freaking her out once again, like the first time they had met. Marinette? Mari turned around, seeing the red-spotted Kwame staring at her. What? Mari questioned, moving back in her chair. Oh no, am I hallucinating now? No, Marinette, you really see me. My name is Tiki. I'm a Kwame. Wait, you're what? Wait, how do you know my name? One question at a time. First, I'm a Kwame. Second, I know your name because I'm your Kwame, and you're Ladybug. Okay, now that's far-fetched. I'm nothing like Ladybug. She's so confident and always saves the day. If I were a superhero, my only power would be super awkwardness. Marinette, could you at least say something for me? Tiki asked sweetly with a wicked grin. What do you want me to say? And why are you smiling like that? First, trust yourself, Marinette, and say spots on. Oh, if you get freaked out, then say spots off, okay? Why would I freak out? Tiki, what are you gonna do? Nothing, just please say spot on. Marinette, trust me. Somehow, what Tiki was saying felt familiar to her. Marinette took a deep breath, clearing her mind, looking at Tiki, who hadn't moved closer at all. Okay, this is crazy, but somehow I know this thing. Is it a giant bug or a mouse? Wait, Tiki, I do know her. Marinette looked down at Tiki. Spots on. The red glow engulfed Marinette. As she freaked out, the little Kwame flew into her earrings. The ladybug costume appeared on Mari. She looked down, shaking. Tiki, I want my normal clothing back now. Tiki, where are you? She told me if I freak out to say spots off, right? Spots off? The outfit disappeared after the same glow reappeared around her. Tiki shot out of her earrings, landing in Mari's hand. Tiki, are you alright? I'm fine. Do you need a cookie? Marinette shook her head, opening her eyes fully. I remember. I'm Ladybug. Tiki, I'm sorry. Digging into her bag for a cookie. It's alright. You were injured. I think you had amnesia, or have amnesia. I should have been smarter. I shouldn't have been distracted by... What? Marinette, we'll sort this out. But how are you gonna be Ladybug with your back still messed up? I don't know. Just hope no Kuma show up. Tiki sighed, knowing that this was one argument that couldn't be solved easily. Mari was right. Just hope for the best. A knock came from the roof balcony hatch. Marinette was confused who'd be able to climb up there. But Tiki knew all too well it was most likely Cat Noir. Mari, it's Chat. Why is Chat here? Wait, does he know I'm Ladybug? No, he'd like to visit you when you're Marinette. Before Mari could continue talking, the hatch opened slightly, and Chaton poked his head in. Tiki, however, had already hidden again.
Oh, you're awake. I was beginning to think I wouldn't be able to talk to you tonight.
Cat Noir said, smiling. Marinette didn't know what to say. Her head began to hurt once again. She staggered back, trying to regain her balance. Chaton had jumped inside, rushing to Marinette's side. As he came closer, her head hurt even more. She raised her hand to her head, stumbling more. Chet reached out his hand to try to help her, but Marinette fainted. Cat Noir caught her just before she hit the floor. Mari, hey, open your eyes! Oh God, maybe visiting her wasn't the right move. Like was right. Damn it! She's out cold, still breathing. At least she's okay. Chat moved his princess to her bed and put her stupid back brace on her. He fixed her bangs, smiling. Marinette, I'm sorry. I should just leave you alone. But with the mask, I can get myself around you. You don't stammer around Chat. So I thought maybe this is the best way to be around you without any pressure. He said aloud, messing up his hair. Princess, take care of yourself. Chaton forced a fake smile and left her house, making sure the hatch was closed behind him before leaping off into the night. Within the confines of Marinette's dream, she was walking to school as she normally did. But the shadows followed her, devouring the world behind her. Marinette turned and ran, as her friends fell into the darkness, being swallowed up in it. She ran faster, but a figure stepped out in front of her. It was Cat Noir. He was using the shadows to steal the world. When Akuma phased into his bell, he instantly turned white, laughing hysterically. The shadows surrounded them, still bending to the will of Cat Blanc. Mary covered her ears, trying to shut this whole nightmare out. Chat cracked a wicked grin. If you're so cowardly, then leave. Chaton, no! Mary yelled as her friend and partner leapt into the shadows. The floor shattered beneath Marinette. She screamed while plummeting to her doom, hearing the voices of all decompetized victims shouting, "You've failed! You're nothing without your Miraculous!" No, stop it! She cried out, blackness surrounding her, suffocating Mari. Before her last breath was gone, Marinette's eyes shot open, her face slick with sweat. As she trembled, Tiki nuzzled her cheek. Oh, Marinette, I'm glad you're okay. Tiki, that dream was terrifying. She mumbled and started to cry. Tiki comforted her as best she could. The pair stayed up for another hour, soon falling into a dreamless sleep. I really hope you are enjoying these videos. I know the sound quality is not 100% perfect, but I'm trying my best. And once again, there's always going to be a link in the description box down below if you want to read ahead. I'm not going to put Chapter 7 on the FanFiction website until I've actually put it here on YouTube for you guys. And for any of my reviewers who are listening to this, thank you once again for reviewing. Even if you comment down below, I will try to get back to you the second I can. It means a lot that people actually do review. Give a thumbs up if you did like this video, and subscribe if you want to hear more. I hope you'll tune in real soon for the next video, but till then, see you next time.